Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. Today is a part 2 of my mini series. I wanted to share with you some DIY mini tabletop Christmas trees. This time I prepared for you 5 Christmas trees, so let's get started. For the first Christmas tree, I am going to be using the Jenga blocks that came from the Dollar Tree. I'm going to be using 10 of them. The first thing I'm going to do is to paint them with this Waverly chalk paint in a color moss. I already mentioned this in my previous videos. I really like this color, especially for the Christmas tree. So I'm just gonna paint all of them, and I'm gonna paint each side of these blocks. I'm gonna leave them to dry, and while they're drying, I'm gonna take just a simple popsicle stick or craft stick that I got from the Dollar Tree, and I'm gonna use the Waverly chalk paint in a color truffle to paint most of the stick. I'm not going to use the whole stick, you will see later, so that's why I'm going to be painting just the most of the portion of this popsicle stick. After I was done painting this, I went back with this Waverly chalk paint in a color mineral, and I just kind of distressed this craft stick. I wanted that brown color to be toned down a little bit and look more rustic. Next, I got 2 of these Jenga blocks. They were brown in a package, so that works perfectly. I also distressed them with the same mineral color like the popsicle stick as well. And then while that was drying, I went back to my green Jenga blocks. They're dry now, and I'm gonna assemble them, positioning them in a kind of 45-degree angle, like I'm showing you over here, or actually I think it's 90-degree angle. And I'm gonna hot glue 2 at a time, like I'm showing you here. And after all 5 were glued together, I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna hot glue all of these together next to each other. And that way, that's gonna give us a shape of a Christmas tree. I use the hot glue for this. If you want to use some other kind of glue, wood glue for example, you can use that before painting this. Now I'm measuring where I want to cut this popsicle stick, and I'm gonna just cut it using my kitchen scissors, and I'm gonna make sure it fits perfectly, and I'm gonna use the hot glue again to attach this to the bottom of my tree. I added a little bit more of the hot glue on the back of the tree to reinforce it and to make it more sturdy. Next, I'm hot gluing these 2 brown Jenga blocks together, and that's gonna be a base for my Christmas tree. Now I am hot gluing the stick where the Christmas tree is standing on to my base. Now for this, I had to really make sure it was completely dry. I held it until it was completely dry, and I added a more hot glue just to make sure it stays on and it doesn't fall down. Next, I'm taking this jute twine from the Dollar Tree, and I'm wrapping it around, hot gluing it in a place on the bottom of the Christmas tree where it meets with the base. I thought it will look nice, and also it covers up all the hot glue and makes it more sturdy. Then I'm adding 2 cute little pine cones that I got last year from Hobby Lobby. They're mini. I used them in my last Christmas tree videos, and I'm adding them to the bottom of the tree. And after that, this tree is complete. I think it turned out super cute. It was very easy to make, super inexpensive. It cost me less than $1. I think it cost me 50 cents to make it. And I really think it looks super cute, and it will be perfect on any shelf. To my second Christmas tree. For this, I will be using the magazine that I had at home, and you may already seen this on a Pinterest or somewhere else, but I'm going to be using a little bit different technique for this. So first, I'm folding the page The top left I folded inwards, and also the bottom left also inwards, and now I am kind of folding all that towards the middle, but I don't want to create a crease. I wanted that to be kind of round, so that's why I'm reinforcing it with a hot glue in the middle. You can see me doing it over here. I'm going to show you a few more times how I do it. It is very simple. Now, I reinforced it with a hot glue in the beginning, but while I was doing it, towards the end of this magazine, when the Christmas tree was becoming bigger and bigger, I didn't have to use a hot glue. It was really tight, and I was just able to fold it in, and it stayed in place. Now, also, you can decide how thick you want your Christmas tree to be. I decided to use the whole book or whole newspapers. You can use half of it or as much as you want, depending how big you want your Christmas tree to be. So you see me over here, I'm still using a little bit of hot glue. That was kind of halfway through. And after that, I stopped using it. It was just tight enough, like I said, I was able to just tuck it in. It took me a little bit of time. I would say maybe 30 minutes to finish this, but again, if it's something you like to do, you can put on the show and just do it. So this is how it turned out, and I decided to go ahead and spray paint with this metallic silver spray paint. After it was completely dried, this is how it looks. I absolutely love it. So now the only thing left to do is to put a little star on top, and I have these stars that actually came off the mini lights from Dollar Tree from 4th of July section, or actually, yeah, from the section 4th of July, and I hot glue it on top. And that's it for this tree. I think I would say this is my favorite tree out of all that I made today. I think it looks so elegant. I didn't want to add anything else to it because I think it just speaks to itself. I think it just looks so beautiful and effortless, and I don't think anyone would say that it was made out of paper. So it cost me $0, so it was absolutely free for me. And I want to hear from you. What do you think? Would you recreate something like this, and would you add anything to it? If you're new to my channel, welcome. I'm Jelena. I'm a stay-at-home mom of 2 kids. I love crafting. It's my passion. I love creating beautiful things for my home on a budget. Everything has to be on a budget, and I love sharing that with you. So if you like something like that, please join my channel. Watch my other videos. There's tons of inspiration. Please don't forget to subscribe. It is absolutely free. And don't forget to turn on notification bell on so you don't miss any of my future videos. Also, connect with me on a social media. I would love to meet you. For my third tree, I am using this cone that I made out of cereal box, and I am going to use this plastic wrap to put on top of it. I made sure it was pretty tight on this cone. You can use any cone you have. It doesn't have to be cardboard. You can use the styrofoam one that you have. Now I'm using a Mod Podge and this green jute twine that came from the Dollar Tree. Maybe you've seen something like this again somewhere online, and I've seen people using the embroidery thread. So I didn't have that at home, and I wanted to see if it's going to work with this jute twine. So first I am putting some Mod Podge on this clear wrap, and then I'm wrapping this jute twine around the Christmas tree, or actually around the cone. And I'm just not going in any particular pattern, just going crisscross and all the way around. And then after I was done with putting the jute twine around, after I was happy the way it looks, I just took more Mod Podge and I put it all the way around. So I covered this jute twine completely with it. And this is how it looks like afterwards. And now I left it to dry for a few hours. After it was completely dried, I first took out the cone like you see me doing it over here, and then I just pulled out the clear wrap, and mine got stuck a little bit. I don't know if it's because I used a lot of Mod Podge, but afterwards, when I took everything out, this is how it turned out. You can still see a little bit of dried Mod Podge, but honestly, those little mistakes sometimes turned out beautiful. I think it looks like the Christmas tree has ice on it, and I think it looks so pretty. I didn't want to add anything to it because I wanted it to look very simple, and I think it's just so cute, and it can be customized any way you want, and you can use any color you want. And again, this one's so inexpensive, probably 25 cents to make. Tree number 4. For this project, I'm going to be using this styrofoam cone that I actually had already at home. I used it on my previous project. And then this white rope that came from Hobby Lobby. It's very inexpensive, $2.99 for this big bundle. And you can even use a coupon. Now, first, I am just starting from the top, hot gluing it. And I'm going to just start wrapping it. At the beginning, I used a little bit of hot glue every once in a while. I wanted to make sure everything stays in place. And then when I was going more down, I didn't need as much hot glue because this kind of styrofoam and a rope were sticking together. So clinging together actually, so that helped keep the rope in place. I just used hot glue here and there, making sure it stays in place. And then of course on the bottom I used more hot glue, especially when I cut off the rope. Next, I'm going to be using these beads that actually have a little pointy end, almost like a push pins, and I'm going to put them all the way around. I had a problem with one over there. Probably I hit the hot glue, so I had to find a spot to push it in. And I was just going around with no particular pattern, just putting wherever I think it would look good. And then at the end, I put one bigger one on top. And that's it for this cute Christmas tree. Again, you may see something like this. You may saw something like this already. I just wanted to show you my take on things and how you can easily transform some things that you may have seen somewhere or made it already. Just make it your own and add some things to it to make it different. This is again another Christmas tree that cost me less than $1 to make. I remind you that I have new videos every Tuesday and Friday at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time, so I really hope you will tune in my channel at that time. Okay, for the last Christmas tree, I'm going to be using these push pins with hooks from the Dollar Tree. The reason why I'm using this is because we're in the middle of the move. Everything is in storage and in boxes, and my husband already packed the nails. So this is the only thing I was left with. So what I'm going to do, I will cut off that hook part to be left with just these little push pins that look like a little beads. And I'm going to spray paint them with that silver metallic color. Now I'm going to use, I was looking for a board, so the only thing I found was this cutting board that I actually created a long time ago. And now I'm going to give it a one coat of Waverly chalk paint in a silver lining color, only the bottom part. And then I'm going to take a Waverly chalk paint in a color truffle and I will paint the top. Or actually, that will be later the bottom of the Christmas tree, you will see. And then now I'm just using the opposite, so silver lining on this part just to distress it, and then I'm using the truffle paint on the bottom part to distress it and make it look more rustic. Now that my push pins were dry, I am going to start putting them, or actually pushing them in my sign. Some of them went in very easily and some of them I had trouble with. I don't know why they were, this board was made out of craft, or actually stir sticks, paint stir sticks. So I don't know, they're all the same, but so I'm kind of creating a pattern of a Christmas tree, but I wanted to put some push pins in the middle to be able to weave through the thread that I'm going to use. What I'm going to use actually is this green, again, jute twine from the Dollar Tree, and I started just from the top, and I was going first around the outer edge of the Christmas tree, and then I included the middle part as well. Now, this whole thing reminded me, actually the idea came from those projects that I saw many times, that you use nails and then you use thread or any kind of yarn or anything you have, and just create a beautiful design. Like I said, I did not have nails, so I decided to go with this. And these mini beads kind of look like lights or Christmas ornaments, so I think it worked out. My idea was that that brown part will be bottom part of the Christmas tree. So I want to hear from you. What do you think? This didn't exactly turn out the way I imagined it in my head, I have to be honest, but I don't think it turned out bad. I am perfectionist, so I really, if something doesn't turn out exactly the way I want, I thinking it through why it didn't turn out that good. But I want to hear from you. What do you think, and which one of this was your favorite? If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. That means so much to me, and it shows YouTube that you like this video, and it will promote it more. Also, don't forget to share it and subscribe to my channel. I would love to have you. I want to thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. Comment down below which one was your favorite, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.